Hey everyone, it's someday during the week. I can't remember which one, doesn't matter. But here we are again, back in my house, all about the flavors. I'm Bob Hamel. We're going to do some couple different preps today for one item. We're making Thai flavored, inspired chicken lettuce wraps with a couple different vegetables go with it. It's a great summer, quick type of meal you can put together. I'm going to apologize because you're going to hear noises in the background. A big shout out to CMS Plumbing today for the wonderful work they're doing installing my new central air system. So my favorite guys. So anyways, what are we going to do today? Well, we got some ginger we're going to grate up. That's going to go in the sauce. We've got some vegetables to cut up later. That's going to be pretty simple. I've already cut a few to show you. But if you're kind of challenged with knife skills, there's a great little tool called a mandolin. We're going to use that today to also kind of show you how to get some nice thin carrots that we can then cut up to make little matchsticks. So let's get going on that first, or actually let's get the ginger first. Here's my grater. Grater has two settings, big, small. I want small. And this is a great little tool here because it's got an insert so you don't lose anything. So let's just get this going. I've got my piece of ginger, just gonna grate it up quick. Let's see. And this just gives a great, super pungent flavor. It's an aromatic. It also provides heat. It's just, ginger is probably one of the mainstays in Thai cooking. It's also a slippery little devil. It's pretty good. I'll see if I can get the rest of this here. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got in here. We got a little, not a lot, but we got a little. Let's get this out. So yeah, there we go. Okay, this is going to be one of our ingredients. Take this other piece here. So, doesn't look like a lot, does it? Doesn't look like a lot, but you know what? It's got great flavor, and a little goes a long way. Let's take our next thing out, because we're going to be going to the grill outside. So I've got some chicken that's been marinated. I've got pretty much the equivalent of 2 chicken breasts. And it's got a marinade, a little oil, but also it's got my favorite spice combination. It's a red spice. It's Aleppo pepper, cayenne pepper, and smoked Spanish paprika. It's just a nice little mixture, and what's great about it is that depending upon what you put it on, one of those 3 flavors dominates, and it's different with every kind of protein. So with the chicken, you're going to probably get the paprika more than if you put this on a salmon when the Aleppo pepper comes through. So let's go head out to the grill and start cooking some chicken. See you in a minute. Okay, so we're out back. Got my grill going. Its temperature is about 600 degrees, so this is plenty hot. The marinade's been sitting on here for about 2 hours, maybe. It doesn't really matter how long. It can be 20 minutes. It could be overnight. It just, the longer that a spice mixture sits on a protein like a chicken, the deeper the flavor gets into it. And so it's going to be pretty deep at this point. So let's take our chicken. I've given it some light oiling, so we're going to hit the grill, let it go oil side down. Get 2 here. This is our third. This is like, I've got a half a breast and a whole breast, and this isn't going to take long. 600 degrees, we got maybe 4 or 5 minutes on each side. So, matter of fact, I'm going to pump this up all the way so that we get the full effect of as hot a temperature as it can get, because it's not going to do anything to the texture of the chicken. It's just we want to get a nice uniform cook. So I'm going to stand out here and let this cook for a few minutes. Back in a few. Good. Yep. Okay, it's been a few minutes. Let me see, maybe 2-3 minutes. Let's take a look and see how it looks on this side. You can always tell with the chicken because it'll start, you're going to get a little coloration around the edges. And so let's flip it. Oh yeah, it's looking good. This is going to be good. And this spice mixture is really versatile. I mean, it gives good flavor, but it's not overly hot because the ratio is going to be like 3 parts Aleppo pepper, 3 parts paprika, half a part cayenne, because that cayenne just rips through the flavor if you use too much, and we don't want to do that. So we just flipped it. Again, maybe a couple minutes on this side, and then we'll be done out here. Then we'll just go back in. Okay? Stick around and enjoy the scenery. See you in a bit. Okay, let me check. Yeah, a couple minutes gone by. Let's check and see how the chicken's done. 2 ways to do it. You can do it with a thermometer or the old-fashioned way. My way. Finger. You can press your finger up against the meat, and if it bounces back a little bit, it's not done yet. If it's firm, that means it's done. If it's hard, that means it's overcooked. This is just about ready. I'm going to give it 1 more minute just to make sure that we don't have anything pink inside. And so, 60 seconds. Come back. We'll finish this off. See you in a bit. Okay, it's been another minute. Let's see what we got here. So, again, yeah, these guys are good. They're done. So let's pop them off. We're going to let them rest a little bit when we get inside. And what that means is they're going to still keep cooking. Because what resting does for meats, especially for red meats, steaks, etc., even pork, but what resting does is it allows the moisture to go back inside the protein. So if you ever notice, if you don't let a meat rest for at least 3, 4, 5 minutes, and you start cutting it, it just bleeds right out, and it gets dry and just is, it's not good eats. It's not anything that's really tasty. So we're going to bring this all back inside, and we're going to start doing up 1 more vegetable prep, and then we're going to make the sauce, and then we'll assemble and we'll have something for dinner tonight. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, we're back inside. Chicken is resting. That means it's all the moisture is going right back into the meat. We're going to let it sit there for a few minutes. So I've got a few things prepped already. I sliced up some cucumber really, really thin with my knife, and then just cut them into matchsticks. This is basically, that's going to be the format of the vegetables. I could do it with the radish, but I kind of like the radish the way it is. So you can see it's very, very thin. It's, this is like maybe not even 1/8 of an inch, and maybe even a little thinner. I did that with my knife. It's very simple with your knife. If you've got a nice sharp knife, doing things by hand is very, very simple. But in this case, carrots can be just a little bit stranger. They're hard to get uniform. So right here, this is the uniformness of what I want. I want it really thin, but it still has texture. So what's the best way to do that? It's with a mandolin. This is the mandolin. I've got my carrot on the holder. Don't ever do it by hand. Always use the holder. I've got scars to prove that point. So just take your carrot and just slide it up and down. I've got the setting on the mandolin to just about the lowest setting possible. So it's going to make things really nice. You want to just push it through. Let's take this for a second and just show you what the mandolin can do. This is the thinness that we're getting, and that's what we want. Take your hand, hold it, don't expose your fingers, but just try and slice along the edge of your knuckle. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you pretty much the same thinness as I just got with the mandolin. See? See that? It's pretty much the exact same thing. When you get down to a piece like this, hold it between both fingers, bring your knife in, and just cut straight down. You're not going to cut yourself. And that'll get you pretty much everything you want. So what I do now is take my pieces of carrot. I could take each individual one and go chop, 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 but you know, why do that? Let's be efficient. So take your pieces, stack them, and what do? Just individually start making cuts, right? Simple. Just like that. And what's going to happen is these are all going to come out to be about the exact same size as the cucumber. What that means is that when you're eating this, you're not going to have big hunks of one food and small slivers of another. So that's a matchstick. That's a matchstick. They look just about the same, just different color. So these are our vegetables for the lettuce wrap. Let's pivot. Now we're going to make the sauce. Alrighty, so it's time to make the peanut sauce. Peanut sauce is pretty much a universal sauce for multiple ethnicities. Thai, Chinese, yeah. There's quite a few, but basic ingredient. They're all different ingredients. Every nationality has their own, but we're gonna make mine. Okay, so that ginger that I grated, that's going right in. We're going to take the base of our sauce, which is peanut butter, right? Okay, just gonna take a nice little bit of it, put it in the food processor. It's gonna get a lot of other things added to it, so it will thin out, but I like to make a good amount just because, hey, I eat it. I'll eat it with everything. Okay, so there's my peanut butter. Now everything else, some recipes will say do a teaspoon of this, teaspoon of that. No, I just eyeball it every single time. So I've got some soy sauce. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. Yes, you like soy sauce too, Ruby Roo? Okay. Fish sauce. This is, again, it's a umami type thing. It adds depth of flavor. It's not very salty like soy. It's mirin. Mirin is a sweet component. Add a little bit of that. Not a lot because we don't want it to be too cloyingly sweet. We have our vinegar. We use rice wine vinegar because it's an Asian sauce. A little bit of vinegar. What is vinegar going to do? It brightens up the sauce. Bright means it's going to enhance the flavors. Kind of what salt does, but I don't like salt. Sesame oil. This is hot sesame oil, so you do not want to, with any sesame oil, you don't want to use a lot, but especially the hot stuff because this is very potent. Just going to leave that. I'm going to do a little bit of canola oil. It's kind of a neutral oil. And I may add more because once we get this thing going, we'll see how thick it is. So let's turn it on. Yeah. I'm going to add a little bit more. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's going to give it just a little bit, another little touch. You want it to have some thickness, a little bit of consistency. That's looking good. Looks like a big bowl, right? Well, we're going to be mixing some more stuff into it. Let's go with the spatula. We can get into the corners with that. All right, so here we have the basis of our sauce. It looks a little thick, but when you get the whisk in it, it moves it right out. So we're going to add a little bit of red pepper flake, right? Because that's where you're going to get your heat. And we're going to also add a little bit of cilantro. Some people don't like cilantro. I happen to like it. Again, it's just like not even a quarter of a teaspoon. And also, always going to have a little bit of black pepper. So, crushed black, there we go. Take our whisk, give it a nice little spin through the bowl. Texture is, I think texture is absolutely perfect. Let's taste. See if it needs anything. It's got a little salty. So I'm going to just go get a little bit more mirin and add that in. So here's our mirin. Just going to add a touch more, not a lot, just enough to kind of cut the salt factor of the fish sauce and the soy sauce. It's all about balance in flavors. See that? See how this comes out? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, that's good. So now what are we going to do? We're going to assemble. Let's get our base components. Bib lettuce. Okay, I've washed it. With all lettuces, they grow on the ground. You get dirt. You don't want to eat dirt. Dirt is bad. So I've cut off the root stem. Now I'm going to pull off my pieces, and I want to look at them before I put them down. And even though I washed this once already, I can see that there's a little bit of, I can feel the graininess of the sand. So we're going to take these few pieces here, and we're just going to run them in the sink. Okay, and then I've got a towel down there to pat them dry. So this is good practice. Watch this. All right. So let's take a look at this now. So yeah, nice and clean. See, this is what you want. You don't want it to be. It's nothing worse than that gritty texture when you're trying to eat something that you just slaved over. So what are we going to do? We're going to put them down. Take a few pieces. You'd like to tear the stem off. It's like that. Well, next, we should do our chicken. I mean, our sauce. So let's put a little bit of sauce down. Just right in the middle. Spread it out with your spoon. Take your leaf. Do it like that. Got our chicken. Let's take one piece, one of the littler pieces. All right. And I like to cut it on a bias. You know why? I don't know. I just like it. And you can see the chicken is absolutely cooked perfectly. Because it's rested, it's not dried out. I can see a little bit of moisture in it. So we're just going to go a few pieces like that. Put that bad boy back. And yes, I'm going to use my hands, because I always do. So now we just lay the chicken down. Bring it over. Add the rest of the ingredients. A little cucumber. A little bit of radish, a little bit of carrot. What's it missing? Basil. Let's take a couple things of basil. Quick way to do basil, take the leaves, press them together, roll them up. Why? Because we're going to do something called a chiffonade. A chiffonade is a French term for making ribbons. So let's do this. I've got it rolled up. Just take your knife. There you go. Little tiny ribbons of basil. Sprinkle that on. Oh, I'm missing one of the main ingredients. My wife would kill me if I didn't put this on. Chopped up peanuts. This is your topping. This is your garnish, for lack of a better word. And now what would you do when you eat it? You just take all these pieces, fold them in, make it almost like a lettuce taco. And that is a Thai flavored, Thai inspired chicken lettuce wrap. And it's going to be delicious. This is dinner tonight, so I'm not going to eat it now because that will spoil my appetite. But as you can see, this is what it looks like. This is good stuff. This is really, really healthy, good food. Flavors are outstanding. The peanut sauce pops. Yeah, I mean, this is it. So anyways, that's the show. Again, Bob Hamel, all about the flavors. I'm glad to see you guys. See you next time. You guys have a great day. Take it easy. See ya.